he's happy doing that, then good luck to the guy, and at least people are actually laughing and enjoying his work.
Yeah, it's what I call the Santino Marella role when you get to that position. I'll tell you one thing: once you're in it, it's very, very difficult to ever come back from it. That's for sure. So yeah, it's a good thing. It's at the stage of career that he's at, so that's a good thing. Okay, next up then, as I was saying earlier, WWE. You got the Raw Tag Team Champions AOP with Drake Maverick up against the SmackDown Tag Team Champions of The Bar with Big Show. Correct me if I'm wrong, Matt. What the hell? Has it ever been explained why Big Show's actually with The Bar? Or have they just been so lazy they can't do that now? I haven't heard anything.
I've heard nothing about that.
I have no idea.
I can only assume it's like Big Show, because Big Show was off TV for a very long time. It's
Yeah.
almost like the only way he could come back to the company was to actually be with someone relevant.
I really don't understand. I mean, he came out that night and helped them, but like that was it. I was like, okay, so are we going to get an explanation? No, we're just not going to tell you. But he's going to come out with them every time. So that happened. Not one of my favourite matches of the night, if I'm honest. There was a little bit of some spots in there, a bit of comedy act where Drake Maverick obviously ended up urinating himself. That took a little bit of a while. I mean, I don't know. I think something went a little bit wrong now in terms of the timing of it. It was like, come on. But I will give Big Show some props. Like the way he reacted to it was as if nobody told him backstage, because he was quite like a proper chuckle from the Big Show, and it kind of like made it a bit more real, as if nobody had told him backstage what was going to happen. So he had that sort of authentic laughter. But nothing more than that. I gave this match actually 2 stars. It wasn't one of my favourite things, but it was a kind of joke match. So you got to, I suppose, not have something like that in there. But it certainly wasn't one of my favourites. What about for you, Matt? How did you see this one going?
Yeah, for me, it was like a 1.5. I mean, I had no interest in seeing it in the first place, and I think the result was wrong as well. But this whole the whole thing about this Drake Maverick, what is this? I mean, this is another one of those things that I don't quite understand. Like, yeah, he's in charge of 205 Live. He's a manager on Raw, and then they have this angle where he just wets himself on TV. I don't understand what they're doing with this guy and what they want him to be. He must be so confused himself.
I'm going to call these moments for guys like him, I'm going to call it the Triple H effect. It's exactly the same as what I see Triple H sometimes. I see him on NXT. He's a good guy. He's got new deliveries on the UK stuff. Then he's in character on Raw. It's a bit like Stephanie. She's another classic example. Great outside doing all the charity work. Inside, not so much. Very, very difficult. So complete inconsistencies for these characters. And you're right, Matt. I really don't understand. And they've not even tried to even bother into winding it either. They've just it's almost like when you see Drake talking about the 205, that's it. That he's a completely different person. You might as well just call him a different name at this point. That's how silly it is. But I'm totally with you. So anyway, as Matt said, the AOP went over. Stars for this, Matt?
Oh yeah, 1.5.
Fair enough.
To previously, but man, his workload is doubled because he's got to be on Raw and SmackDown.
He must be a busy guy. I wonder if he'll ever get to be a performer, Matt, because I certainly do think there's something there. I don't know if they're just waiting for a little bit more, if he's just locked into managing at the moment. But I'm kind of thinking to myself, surely WWE will use him at some point. Do you think they will, Matt, or do you think he's just going to be like just a character talent, an on-air talent, and that's it?
Well, you mean you'd hope that he would wrestle, because we know he's got the skills.
Yeah.
We know that he's done it in the past, but he's equally as good doing what he's doing right now. So I guess he's quite lucky in that fact that he can actually work both roles. So I guess it's just up to the people in charge to see it how they see it. But if anything, I suppose he will be like a Shane McMahon maybe, where he still has that role, but will come out and do a match when the need arises.
I'll be interested to hear where he goes from here then. So, so that was a tag team one. And again, wearing colours for some reason. Like they both teams really care. Next match, though, fortunately, these guys stood out more than anybody else because they other than them and the main event of this card, they actually didn't wear the colours, which was nice because they were on 205, which was, of course, the match between Mustafa Ali up against Buddy Murphy. Going to go out there and say, Matt, for our listeners' point of view, this got the best feedback of the entire card. And I really enjoyed it, to be honest with you. I thought this was excellent. And for a change, 205 was really represented very well. It was on the main card. It wasn't on a kick-off show. It deserved that. And, it was only 12 minutes, but it was a decent outing and like a lot more credibility behind it for a change. 205 definitely had its problems. I'm not the massive fan of it, but I do think now maybe WWE has seen some worth to it. These guys, Buddy Murphy, doing a good job with it. What did you make of the match, Matt? Because got a lot of good feedback from the listeners.
Yeah. Much like you, I'm glad it's finally getting the recognition it deserves.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Buddy Murphy is a great champ.
Yeah.
It's a good new direction. He's definitely done wonders for his career. He's definitely put a lot of hard work in to get to this point. So it's good to see that he can perform on this stage and do it very well. And the match itself, I suppose we see so many of these kind of cruiserweight matches like on the pre-show, but coming onto the main roster, definitely more than worthy of being there. And I hope it's a trend that continues. The only downside I saw to it was that it didn't really tie in with any of the theme of the night. It's all about SmackDown versus Raw until you get to this match where they're like, oh, this doesn't really matter. This is just something completely different. And I'm glad it was on the pay-per-view, but I kind of feel like it was on the wrong pay-per-view. Maybe this match shouldn't have happened on this one. Maybe it should have happened at TLC. Yeah,
but I guess in a weird way, for someone like me, I actually saw this as a standout match because I was fed up with the Raw and SmackDown thing going on. So it made it stand out more than it maybe would have had on another pay-per-view. I don't know, but certainly from my point of view, I was quite, nicely surprised. I gave this match a 4 stars. People maybe thought I was going to give a little bit more, but 4 stars. I've gone back, I've watched it again, but yeah, it was an excellent match. One of the best cruiserweight ones I've seen in a long time on a pay-per-view. So what about for you, Matt, star-wise?
Yeah, again, I agree with that, 4 stars, because it probably could have been more if it had gone on a little bit longer, but I think they're still kind of testing the waters. 12 minutes is a decent time, but that could have gone on longer, really.
Yeah, fair enough. We are live tonight. We're talking about Drake there, Matt. Someone just emailed us in, Perry, who just said about why don't they give Drake a 3rd show and have him on UK NXT as well? That'd be a really busy schedule then. But yeah, why not? Throw him in as another character. Maybe he'll be a baby face on it. Rockstar Spud. I don't know. But yeah, I can't see him doing the UK stuff. I know he is British, but I don't see that happening. But yeah, the way he's going, maybe he does want another job, even more busier. Thank you for the email anyway. So next up, Matt, we had the Mao Raw team up against the Mao SmackDown team, which of course had our good friend Mr. WrestleMania himself, Shane McMahon, involved, Matt, and here he was with the rest of his team: Joe, Rey Mysterio, The Miz, and Jeff Hardy, up against Finn Balor, Drew McIntyre, Dolph Ziggler, Braun Strowman, and our other good friend, Mr. Smiley Face, Bobby Lashley, who of course is a heel these days, which is good. But this match, a little bit of a cluster for me. I really did not, I've got to say, this, compared to the women's match at the beginning of the show, this just didn't really have anything for me. And there was there's great talent everywhere you look, with Joe, Mysterio. So you're going to get good moments in it. But for me, that's not enough to just justify having this match and having it on. There's not enough for me, there's not enough like reason to why I should care which team wins anyway. I know by this point SmackDown haven't won anything, but I'm not even really giving them the sympathy for this one at this point. I'm not like thinking, oh, I hope they win at least something tonight. Good on them. I wasn't thinking that at all. So there wasn't enough on the line for me. If there'd have been like a crazy stipulation, or say a Royal Rumble kind of entry, or something that some team can earn, I don't know, anything. But having nothing on some of these matches and just having it as this brand supremacy nonsense, just really I can't buy into it. And it just was a little bit messy in the way it was all panning out at the end, Matt. Let me ask you this, Matt. When it got down to Shane McMahon on his own, did you have visions by the end of it of him coming out winning? Because I know I did.
There's always that fear when it involves him. I mean, I felt like when I was watching this match, I've seen this match before.
We have.
People in it were different, but I was like, this feels like it's going the exact same path. I'm sure I've seen Braun Strowman laid out early in the match to come back as like bigger and badder than ever. I'm thinking like it's so tired, this formula that they were using, and the fact that Shane McMahon is in it. Why is he in it? I mean, other things about this as well. There's no Randy Orton. Why is Randy Orton in this? We know his like history of Survivor Series. We know he is pretty good at Survivor Series historically, but not in the match. Jeff Hardy's in the match. Jeff Hardy, the guy who got destroyed by Randy Orton. I don't understand the direction they go. And also, if this whole brand supremacy thing is really that important, why would you not swap one of these guys out for AJ Styles, who everyone would agree is one of the best wrestlers in the world? You don't want him in the match that badly.
Not when you got the World Cup winner in your team, Matt. You don't change that. The best in the world. I mean, I was just trying to think back to last year, Matt. Wasn't it? There was that conflict between Braun Strowman and Triple H, wasn't it? And we all thought that was going to be the WrestleMania match. I mean, how long has that been forgotten? They never ever got to the bottom of that, did they? Either. Nah, skip over that. That was a waste of time. But it just reminded me of like years of doing this, and it would have just been nice if there was some sort of stipulation. So Raw winning again, fair enough. Really made SmackDown the week by this point, which I think maybe after that people were expecting the next two matches they might throw up some surprises, maybe. But for me this match, I gave this 2.5 stars, which might sound a bit harsh, but I think I just have to judge it on the amount of quality that was there, that was just underutilized, like big time for me. And I know Survivor Series matches, they are difficult to get across, but when you go back and they just used to do, I don't know, like one big one, and this is how they've booked this one. They've booked this as, well, this is the one that's, going to have some importance. It's the last one on the night. We've had the females before it. So, you just kind of expect a little bit of something happening, or some crazy antics in it, something you'd be talking about the next day. There's nothing out of this. And the worst thing about this one, Matt, is this is the one that they have to carry more into the shows like Raw and SmackDown, because these are all the full-time guys. With the other talent that are coming, like especially with Lesnar, you can't really even go on. You can't even really go on from much between Charlotte and Rousey because they're on different brands. So these were the ones I was expecting. Maybe there'll be some internal beef or something, but no, there was nothing they did here that much. Of course, Drew McIntyre did look really good. I thought he came across very strong in this, and I'm definitely seeing signs of WWE penciling in something quite big here for Drew McIntyre coming up, Matt. I don't know what you think about that, but it was a toss-up between him and Elias, but I'm seeing more signs pointing towards Drew at the moment for a big run with him. What do you think, Matt?
Oh yeah, I'd agree with that. I mean, Drew definitely. We've seen the strength of his character to hit the bottom of the barrel and then just pick himself up and come right back to the top again, and actually come back bigger and better than ever. He's packed on so much muscle now. He looks like the face of a company. You could definitely market a guy like that.
Yeah. So we'll see. So yeah, what about stars for you, Matt? Are you as harsh as Matt?